Hi everybody. Today I'd like to talk to you about creating a safe space for learning within your team. Now here's what that looks like. I've got 3 children and I love for them to experience the world around them and experiment with things so that they can learn a little bit more about who they are and what their skill sets are. And in much the same way, you should be doing the same with your teammates. This works especially well for new people that join your organization, and that looks like this: allowing them the space and the latitude to try some new things. Despite the fact that maybe you've always done it that way, you've hired a new person onto your team that comes with a specific skill set, maybe some different experiences that no one else on your team has. So the last thing that you want to do is bring this skilled person into your team, sit them in a chair, and tell them exactly what to do all day long. You spent too much time and invested too much money to do that. So give them some latitude to try some new things, apply what they've learned in other places that might help you to maybe save some time, increase your productivity, and impact your bottom line, hopefully. Also, for your senior employees, this works for them just as well, because there's a lot of times where they've not tried to do new things because they've been good at a very specific area or specific skill set, but it's great to give them exposure to new parts of your organization, new parts of the process, and see what's really on the inside of them and really find that untapped potential. So you want to give people the opportunity to try new things, be creative, and think outside the box. But this does come with some caveats. Again, with my 3 children, I want them to experiment with things, and they like to experiment with food, but I'm not going to send them into the kitchen to fire up the stove or fire up the oven because that gets me in trouble. So there has to be boundaries. Absolutely. So with your employees, those boundaries have to exist too. You don't want to give them anything that might tear down your organization, negatively impact your culture, but you want to create a safe space where there's opportunities to try new things so that even if it doesn't work, we will learn from it. Sometimes mistakes can lead to some of the biggest breakthroughs, some of the biggest aha moments that you've ever had just by trying something different. And the last thing that you want to say is, oh, that will never work. When you start out with negativity right from the front, you kill any kind of creativity, you kill any kind of collaboration. So no idea is a bad idea. Let's just try and let's see what happens and what comes from that. Years ago, I had a manager named Gary, and I went to him with a customer issue. His response to me really changed my entire thinking on how I dealt with work from that day forward. His response to me was, how would you handle it if it were your business? That gave me the latitude to try something different. That opened up my eyes to the fact that there were multiple ways of looking at this, and to not be afraid to make a mistake, but to also understand the value of making the right decision. So again, I challenge you to create a safe space for people to learn, try new things. Sometimes it gets messy and that's okay, but sometimes that mess turns into the most beautiful thing that could ever happen in your team. Thanks and have a great day.